Ayo, Chiksua. Took us a while with actually getting a final boss, but finally we got one, which actually can also give us a crown. And yeah, today we're going to show you guys how to auto farm the final boss trio. And of course, if you guys are following me since a while or for longer, you guys should know that we are also in the following days trying to make a video of how to get #1. So definitely make sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you're new on this channel. So back in the days, I always tested out stuff. And then I chose the team I usually like the most. But now I think actually showing you guys the progress of what teams I'm thinking about and then changing up some stuff, that might be interesting as well. Before that, first of all, which difficulty should you farm? So if you're going to farm efficient, okay, farming extreme is not the way to go. First of all, they are tankier and you are getting, for 30 stamina, you're getting 43 coins. Right? So compared to this, you get more than double. So basically, short, farming normal is obviously the best if you're just looking for coins. If you're going to do anyways in order to get a good score, of course do this. So this is going to be the first team I was thinking about. I think we're not going to use food. This is going to be the artifact set basically to increase the damage. And yeah, so the only problem about this team is, first of all, what if Melly gets a merger? Because the problem is, if Melly gets a merger, I knew it, guys. If Melly gets a merger, it means he's going to use a single target, and the single target is actually not the way to go. And also the buff of Elaine is maybe not that great, but he should still deal a shit ton of damage. I think maybe like a Loli might be a little bit better, or instead of Loli, maybe even, what's her name? Maybe a Shin does a little bit better as well. I'm not too sure. I haven't checked anything about the final boss. I can't really remember if they have any damage reduction on specific what it's called, on specific races. But yeah, I think for now this team will definitely work no matter what. Very lucky. I think we are getting the ult of King. I'm not too sure though. Never mind, I think we have 4 ult gauges onto King, but here very easy. So basically King does a lot of damage, Melly does a lot of damage. Oh, actually we do get the ult. This works, but I really don't like the buff at all. So the thing is though, if we have Elaine, she increases the damage of King. So, but I think we should remove Elaine and see what other unit we can do. It's still a, I think it was a 4-turner, which is not bad at all. But obviously the optimal thing would be like a 2-turner. That would be very nice. And yeah, so let's see if we can, like, for example, remove the what's her name? Remove the Elaine for a Shin. I think Shin might actually do pretty well as well. So let's see. So Shin, we do this here, and let's test and see how Shin does. So keep in mind that we are not using food, because in my opinion, if you're going to auto, using food is not the way to go. If you manual, or I mean, if you do want to save time, obviously food is the way to go. But if you do want to just farm slowly, it really doesn't matter at all. Maybe probably the best is going to be, as I said, on normal. Most likely it's going to be a solo King on normal difficulty. Here very unfortunate that we can't kill those guys, so maybe we should put in someone, or maybe for example the green Hellbrom might do well. But the thing is, with Shin it wouldn't work, because if we have green Hellbrom, he's going to buff, right? Shin attacks, yes, but the thing is then King doesn't attack at all. If we have the green Hellbrom, maybe a normal Hellbrom might work as well in order to increase Shin's damage. So maybe the melee isn't that great, but for now 2 turns in order to move to transition. A little bit laggy here, but yeah. So what we should do is this, then the weak point, and then this AoE. Oh my god, we got that merger. That is terrible. I think with the AoE we might have been able to make it a 3-turner. That would have been not bad at all. But with a single target, obviously it's gonna be pretty bad. So maybe melee is not really the way to go. So I'd say afterwards we're going to put in the blue Hellbrom. Yeah, I think blue Hellbrom is the best, because we kind of not want to have any single targets, because as you guys have seen, melee single targets always basically slow down the run, but still it's a 4-turner, so it's not that bad. right? But also not that good, because obviously we try to have like a 2 or 3 turner. Optimally also that it's going to be consistent, because obviously even though we are autoing, still saving time is always good. So yeah, as I said, we test the blue Hellbrum in order to increase the damage of King. So here, let's see. Hellbrum, if you have attack gear on Hellbrum, that might be a little bit better. I unfortunately don't have Hellbrum attack gear. Some OG people who ran, for example, the Kingbrum back in the days, they might have it, but yeah, obviously I don't. So now let's see how this is going to go. So it's still going to be the double attack of Shin, but King will do a little bit more damage. The thing is, obviously, if King would attack first, that would be the optimal thing. Okay, no, King won't even attack here because of Hellbrum Merger. So maybe having the King left is not that bad. But the thing is, then Hellbrum would attack. So it doesn't really make sense at the moment. Also, if we're going to bring in, what's his name? If we're going to bring in the green Hellbrum, that means we have to bring someone in who actually uses a good debuff, because I don't think it's smart to use Shin with the green Hellbrum together, because basically, as I said, we are going to we're going to use only the Shin cards, and we want King to actually attack in the first turn. So what we're going to do, I would say, is we're going to switch out into green Hellbrum, and then we are going to also switch out King for maybe Elaine. Maybe Elaine is not that bad. That was actually the first team I was thinking about, but I was like, nah, that's not gonna work. But maybe we are going to regret it, because that might have been the best team, right, guys? So here, if we're going to kill in this turn, and it really looks like we're going to kill in this turn, it's going to be a 3-turner. So 3 turns is already very, very nice for a auto team, I would say, especially with a lucky rank up. But yeah, this is definitely not consistent at all. I mean, Shin does quite rank up a lot, so basically it's definitely not bad. This is probably for now our best option, because we were able to 3-turn it. But let's see if we can also like have it even a little bit better. So now we're going to test it out with the green Hellbrum and Elaine. The cool thing about the green Hellbrum is basically he's not gonna attack because of Elaine putting on the debuff. So we should just do it like this. Let's put back our Elaine into here. So this is Elaine, and we are going to also put the green Hellbrum instead of the blue one, because once again he's going to buff, he's going to have his passive or relic passive, which is going to increase every fairy stats. So the only problem is basically, what if we don't draw a king card? If we don't draw a king card, that's kind of meh, but else it will basically, or it should basically ignore every debuff card, which is pretty nice, which is gonna be super helpful for the whole team. And let's see how much damage. Oh, we get a merger. Okay, this is a more than optimal run, right? We got like a perfect starting, so we definitely have to test this team again, because yeah, this will be, well, no, if we would have had the ult, like if we would have had ult gauge food, that would have been insane, guys, because then it would have been guaranteed a 2-turner. But maybe I should do a manual video with ult gauge food and then looking for the RNG, and then I can call the video 2-turn final boss. But then it wouldn't be auto farm anymore, right? So it doesn't work. Okay. Oh my god. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, guys. We actually might 2-turn this on auto. That would be really sick. That would be really sick. That would be really good for the title. This really looks like this might be the best team. The only issue is still, again, that Elaine is going to buff. So basically, we have one dead card. Oh my god. So close. Very, very close. Twigo unfortunately survived this. With attack foot. Oh, it's still 2-turner because he died from the Elaine passive. Okay, very, very nice. It's still a 2-turner, guys. Awesome. Sweet, very interesting. The thing is, what if we can actually, like, for example, replace Hellbrum in order to not have a buff, or at least not have a second buff? But the thing is, once again, Elaine buff is not that great, right? So yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this team. Number 1. Number 2, if you guys prefer to just see immediately the team I found out, or if you guys think like, okay, I actually think the thinking progress in order to find the team is pretty nice. And here, as you can see, very, very nice. We don't even need mergers in order to kill turn 1. This really looks like it might be the optimal team, but oh well. Now we are a little bit fucked up. This is straight up fucked up. So here we won't do any damage, I think. Basically, if we don't draw a king card, it's very meh. So I think maybe we should bring in a different unit instead of Helbrom, because the Elaine we've seen earlier, the Elaine shock is very helpful in order to make it like 2 turns more or less consistently. I think we need someone who has a strong AoE, which is not a debuff. Maybe boosting King, for example. I would say the Ragnarok Barn might be a good choice. So the cool thing about the AI of Ragnarok Barn, he shouldn't use his debuff. So which means he's just going to use his charge card, which is going to be very nice, and his charge card should deal an okay damage. And I actually have a tech set on our for a barn as well. So let's just go in and let's see what or how the run looks like if we're going to use a Ragnarok barn, because this is definitely, it's a really cool team, I would say, because I mean it's safe anyways. But the problem is, if we don't draw a king card, then yeah, you guys have seen it. So basically we need a secondary unit which can actually do a lot of AoE damage, and with the Ragnarok Barn, as I said, he can actually increase the damage. But once again, we don't use food, so you can still use food if you want to. So maybe attack crit damage might be a little bit better, but I don't think I have attack crit damage because I fucked up on my barn gear, I think. So I only have attack defense, HP defense, and HP crit damage, which is kinda meh, but yeah, it is what it is. So let's see, it should be buffing, then attacking with this, and then attacking with this. If it's going to do it wait a second. Why is he debuffing? Okay, this is weird. I actually thought he wouldn't debuff. Okay, if he's going to debuff, that means I should probably have the king on the right side. So let's just quit out really quick. Maybe I should switch king and Ragnarok Barn. I actually thought he would not use the debuff because when I did when I did Guild Boss Auto Farm on Akumu, he did not use his debuff. That's very, very weird. So he was not using his debuff so that I could still use him, but he wasn't really a great choice. That's why I removed him. But yeah, let's just see what is going to happen. Okay, the very, very unfortunate with the merger. Maybe I should have those two switch up, because then a merger will ignore her card anyways. Because we kinda need king to attack twice, I think. Well, unless the merger is enough to kill within 1 turn, because that is basically what we need. So this doesn't work, okay? This definitely doesn't work, so let's just well, wait a second, guys, it works. You know why? Okay, let's go back in. I'm a fucking pipega. There's still, well, I will just still change it. There's still the shock damage of Elaine. I should have probably checked that, but I didn't want it to have this video for too long. That's why we quit out, and I think this is going to be the last team. And definitely let me know in the comment section what team you guys liked the most and what teams you guys are running in order to auto farm, because I think not everyone can use the same team, for example. So if you're going to comment down below and tell your teams, some people might get some ideas or might be able to copy, and that might help other people. So definitely make sure to do it. So here, as you can see, we are not going to one-shot, but the shock damage should still finish it off. But the problem is without Hellbomb not one-shotting immediately, so maybe maybe I would still personally use the Hellbomb team, because the Hellbomb obviously guarantees the first turn to kill without them moving, because that's time. Even though they die from the shock damage, it's still a lot of time we are losing. And afterwards, we're going to show you guys one last team, okay? The one last team is going to be king only, doing normal, because, oh my god, we don't use a king card at all. Okay, this team doesn't really seem to be that nice as I thought it would be, or basically it's mainly because it ignored the freaking king card. We would have needed to, him to attack the king card. That's mainly because of the buff of Elaine. So maybe instead of Ragnarok Barn, having someone else Blue Jericho would increase the damage, but the problem about Blue Jericho again would be she has a single target. So maybe even if we are going to use the what it's called, if we are going to use the other Hellbrom again. So if we would use the other Hellbrom, Elaine would attack first. No, Elaine would buff and then attack, and then King would attack. So it's not that great. So this team is definitely not the way to go in my opinion. Like it can be good. Like of course, if King would have attacked in the second turn, it would have been a 2-turn as well. But it doesn't really look consistent as well. So it's really hard to tell. But I will say in general, if you are going to auto anyways, if you want to play efficient, doing stream is not the way to go anyways. I said that at the beginning already, right guys? The best would be probably this. I hope we can still out CC. We should be able to out CC. Okay, very nice. We are able to out CC. And this is the definitely 100% this time, guys. This is the best team for auto farming in the final boss trio. So just press on. Oh no, auto is already, and now I'm pretty sure even a 1-star card, right? Even a 1-star card is gonna one-shot them because the difficulty is it normal or is it even on easy? But yeah, here bam, bam, bam. It looks very close though, honestly, but it's very unlikely for King not to get a merger. So obviously, if you want to use a different unit as well, like for example, a green Hellbrom, a blue Hellbrom, in order to use 2 cards and stuff. But yeah, okay, let's just see first if we can actually one-shot here because we didn't get any mergers. That's very unlucky. It's okay. King solo. Also no. Okay. Let me just quit out real quick. So of course also we were super unlucky that we didn't get any mergers. Let's do one last run. It's going to be with Hellbrom. So it's going to be with Hellbrom, with a blue Hellbrom. We're going to Ludo has the highest attack link if you guys have the relic, okay? And we are going to also do this. And now let's see how this goes. So we're going to start right away. And then this is going to be our last run. So hopefully this is going to work out. It should be working out because as I said, so the King solo was basically almost able to, but maybe having the Hellbrom on the right side might be better because of a potential merger, as you can see here, for example. But we should be still fine with this, and this card it hopefully kills. I'm not too sure. Let's just see. Okay, this was quite a lot of damage here. Bam, bam, bam. Now we're going to easily finish, and in the next turn, hopefully we don't get any mergers of Hellbrom. So definitely, yeah. Choose what you guys think is the best to farm. Of course, if you use 3 units, it's more guaranteed to be a 2-turner onto the normal difficulty. But yeah, the normal difficulty is not that hard. Okay, we actually got a merger. That is actually pretty bad, and we still kill. Okay, so basically Hellbrom used the card, we still kill, which is a good thing, right? And yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's basically it for the video. This is how to auto farm the final boss trio. Thank you so much for tuning in, and peace out for now.